What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and this has been the video that most of you have been waiting for. This is my finished jungle island. This is completely finished, and this actually was a big project that I wanted to kind of challenge myself at. I started this in the beginning of February, and I just finished it at the end of July. So this took quite a bit of time. This island's pretty special to me. This was my first ever themed island. And, sit back, relax. This is going to be a much longer video. And then if you're interested, at the very end, we're going to go over a mini game that you can play on the island. And I'm actually going to give a real prize to the winner that I'm going to pick randomly. Okay, here we go. So this is Season 2, Corneria. I'm currently working on a Halloween island. So if you're new to the channel, this is what I've been up to this past year. So here we go. This is Season 2. And let's start off. I always like starting off the dock. This is 6:20 a.m. It's a nice brisk morning. All right, so getting off the dock here, we have my entrance, and I'll do a little bit of a look up. Really happy about this. Lots of height and different trees. We got that rock back there. It's really cool. And actually, the thing that I'm standing near, that sign, is kind of a one-to-one recreation of my island, and I'll look at my map in a second, but this is kind of like when you arrive here, this is kind of like your directory, kind of showing everything. So I thought that was a cute idea. Speaking of the map, let's show the map, and these are all my villagers. I think my map looks pretty impressive. I'm never one to like make my island based around my map, but I'm pretty happy with how it turns out. So these are the final villagers. Might be a little bit different from when you last saw this island, but we got Boris here. I love Boris. Drift and Lily have a little relationship going on. They both live in the swamp with Sly. Sly technically lives in the swamp. We have Tangy, who's amazing. We have Rasher. So Rasher and Boris, they're best friends. They're in a gang. It's all cool. We have Axel, who is the newest member. We also have Flora, Simon, and Eric. So pretty diverse group of villagers. I tried to keep them all jungle themed except Eric. Eric's my favorite villager. But besides that, everyone is themed around this whole jungle theme. So pretty good here. I don't really know where to start. I guess I will, we'll go left because there's not really much on this beach, but we'll continue left. And I kind of wanted to do something different this season. And so I decided to put my campsite on the beach. So this is my campsite here. It actually looks a lot better with the tent. But yeah, we have like an SOS here. We have a little boat that you can sit in and take pictures. The whole premise of this island is me coming to this island to rescue Eric because Eric got into a plane crash. We'll see the plane crash in a bit. But yeah, this is my simple campsite. I really like the way it turned out. Usually I have problems decorating the beaches, but I feel like I did a pretty good job. Continuing up this way, we have just a couple bikes with some little sand paths behind them, and then a nice nautical beach mat with some flip-flops and a ukulele. So yeah, again, nothing crazy on this beach, but my campsite is here, so it's definitely a major part. All right, let's continue back up. And I like this island because it definitely promotes exploration. You can go right, you can go up, you can go left. Let's start off with the left side. And this is like where res services and stuff is. So if we go left, I love this area here. I don't really know what I was going for, but it's a cute little like drum circle. So we have the drum here. We have a few seats, nice torches. This is really cool if you ever visit at night. So I really like this. We have like a sort of a drum circle. But this right here is an overlook to res services. So I always liked that I had sort of like a fake bridge over here, and it's kind of an overlook. It's nice to see when the NPCs are visiting and things like that. So we have a nice overlook and see what's going on. If we actually go in here, we have my stalls, which if you visit, you can dress up like Explorer Pat. So that's always fun. We have all the Explorer gear here, the trekking shoes, the Explorer hats. I also have my mailbox down here. I thought that was kind of cool. So this is res services, nothing too crazy, except behind it, we actually have the festival lights. And again, at night, it's a whole different vibe. So definitely check that out. And also, if you want to play the mini game that I was talking about earlier, just read the board and there should be directions on what you need to do. But I would say it's pretty difficult. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give it a 7 in terms of difficulty. So if you like a challenge, you're all good. Up here, we have our first villager house. This is Boris's house. And I kind of wanted his house to be more of like a lookout. Obviously, he's facing towards the ocean, so he can see, like, you know, if ships are coming in and stuff. Little hammock over here. Continuing on this way, we have Tangys' house. And as you can see, like, there's a lot of coverage on this island. It truly feels like a jungle. I'm very, very proud of this. We have Tangy over here. And Tangy's yard is really cute. She has her little beach chair. And then over here, I thought this was amazing. It looks like she's working on a painting of this setup right here. So we have the white bench and the orange tree. And then over here, we have the white bench and orange tree on the easel. We also have a fan made to look like a pallet. So I thought this was super cute. She has never sat here yet, which is a little bit of a downer, but she has sat on the bench. So that is Tangy's house. If you continue this way, we have a little bridge. And I love this jungle bridge over here. So we have like a skinny bridge that goes over this river gap. And this leads to a couple things. So if you go left, this actually leads to Axel's house. Don't mind the balloon. So this is Axel's house. Again, another beach house. His backyard, pretty simple. We have like a clothesline. We have a, little bonfire area. And I also did put the lighthouse in the back. I just love the look of it. I feel like every island should have a lighthouse. So that is Axel's area. Again, I tried to kind of crowd the beaches with weeds and flowers and things like that. And I'm super happy. Axel's cool. I like him, especially for a jock. Okay, up here. So this doesn't really lead to a lot. On the right, that's just all, decoration. But if you continue on, this is a dig site. So we have a little rail here with the little train cart. And this is sort of like a research dig site. We have some science equipment here. We have like all the researcher like desk and, sink and things like that. And then I buried a bunch of fossils, sort of like it's a dig site. There's a couple cool features, but I first want to check out this area up here. So there are tools hidden on my island. You will need to find the ladder to explore the entire island, but it's not too difficult. So up here we have, just a camping spot. Maybe a researcher is staying here. We got some boots and a little cot, things like that. I didn't go too crazy with detail, but, we have a lantern and things. So definitely pretty cool. All right, let's find our way back. So this is really cool, and I'm only going to show some of it because part of the fun is coming to the island and exploring it for yourself. But down here on that lower level, we have even more of the dig site that I was talking about earlier. But if you continue on to the right, this is my house here. And I purposefully put rocks in the way so you can't access the house because there's a really cool feature about this island. So you can actually use your ladder to get down here. And you can actually go in this warp pipe. And this warp pipe actually acts like another lower level to the cave. So let's go in the warp pipe. All right. So here we go. This is the reason I didn't want anyone coming into my house, because I transformed my entire house into a cavern, okay? So you can actually explore every single room in my house, and every single room is decorated to be sort of a dig site. So I'm only going to show you this first room because I don't want to spoil the rest of it. But yeah, I mean, it looks like a tunnel. We have the track here. We have some digging equipment. The lighting is purposefully like kind of dim to simulate a cavern. I thought this was such a creative idea, and I love the fact that my dig site has multiple layers. So yeah, this is the only one that I'm going to show you. I highly recommend you guys coming. The dream address is in the description, but I love this idea. It's such a different take on, a traditional like decorating your house. So let's go back up and see the rest. All right, so that is the dig site. We're going to come out of that. And we're actually going to go all the way back to the entrance because those are the only areas that you can really access from over there. So let's go back to res services. And let's continue on past the drum circle. And we are actually going to go to, let's see what would make more sense. Let's go over to the right. You can also go straight as well, but we are going to go over to the right, and this is where my Able Sisters is. So, you know, you have a couple branching paths here. You can go up, you can go right. We're going to go up and explore some of this stuff. We have the Able Sisters over here. It is sitting on sort of a bamboo deck. This pattern is supposed to be like a 3D bamboo deck type thing. We have some of the equipment to make clothes and things like that. This is such a cool area. We have some animal print and some bamboo and some leaf decorations. So I like how Able Sisters is kind of hidden a little bit. And like I was saying before, we have branching paths, but we are going to go up. And this is one of my favorite areas on the island. And look at, we have Lily coming out because we are at the swamp. All right. And the swamp is one of my favorite areas. So there is only one way to get in and one way to get out. And it's this ramp. So we're going to go down. And this is the swamp. So we have lots of these glitch trees that sort of look like weird swampy trees. We have a lot of water in here. There's a ton of weeds and just overgrown flowers and things like that. And I'm just really happy how this came out. We also have a lot of snapping turtles. This is just so different from the rest of my island. It really stands out. So yeah, we have a bunch of those glitch trees. We also have Drift, who's living over here. So Drift and Lily have their own, sort of relationship going on. Super cute. And yeah, this whole area is designed with a lot of water features and plants and weird mushrooms growing everywhere. And I really wanted this place to stick out, in terms of the rest of the island. And I feel like it's really cool. This is an area that when I eventually tear this island down is going to be something that, I'm really going to miss because I love the way this came out. We'll continue on here. And there's just even more things that you can discover. And yeah, it's kind of tough to maneuver around, but I wanted it to be thick. I wanted it to feel like a swamp. So yeah, this is the only way to get in and out. But that is the swamp. And we're going to go a little bit back here. Okay, we have more turtles over here. They have their own love thing, I'm sure. Okay, so we're going to continue right, and this part is pretty fun because you get to jump on some rocks over to this next area. And this area here, we have a little jungle tunnel. So I love making these. They're super easy to make. And when you're going through it, it's really fun to go through. I don't know. I love it. So we have our little jungle tunnel. I actually did block off this area. You'll see that there's like a bush here and a tree. So yeah, you need to go on the paths to access that area. But let's continue to the right. And this is a very different area as well. Oh, actually, we have our first treehouse. So this is where Simon lives. And as you can see, I tried to make, I feel like I did a pretty good job. This is a treehouse. So this is Simon's area. He has like a little bench out here. He has his watermelon. Don't touch Simon's watermelon, all right? And then, of course, we have the steps going up to a tree. I have a couple tree houses on the island. One's a little bit harder to get to, but this is Simon's tree house. So let's continue on right. Also, I don't know if you've been noticing, but if you look down where that cliff is, I have a lot of crickets hidden around the island, and they're really cool. They actually make a lot of noise, and you feel like you're in a jungle. Okay, let's continue right. And before we go up, I kind of want to go down here because we have a sitting area. We have a little lookout. And then if you continue down here, this is actually where my Nook's Cranny is. So again, there's another sort of tight path which leads to the beach. And this is where my Nook's Cranny is. I've never done a shop build on the beach before. So this is really fun to do. And this is very nautical. There's a lot of fishing things. We have a fishing dock over here. We have sort of like the dried squids and coolers and things. But yeah, this is where my Nook's Cranny is. And if you continue left, there's again more of this old sort of dock. All these dock patterns. We have fish and, you know, different lobsters and things. And yeah, I really like this area. I think it came out good. I wanted sort of something different on the beach, and I decided to go with some fishing vibes. So we have a sink over here, and yeah, lots of barrels and fishing rods. So this is where everyone fishes. Also, because it's kind of hard to see, in the back we have a little trash area, a little loading area for Nook's Cranny. You know, whenever they make orders, there's a bunch of boxes and trash back here. And then over here, I put a couple, you know, rusted gas pumps. I don't know. I feel like that fit pretty well. And if you continue left here, you can jump on these rocks, and that actually goes back to the island entrance. So everything is pretty much, you know, connected and easy to maneuver. Let's continue back up these steps. This beach down here, I didn't end up getting the chance to decorate on the beach. I'm not a big beach decorator. I feel like, you know what, it's small enough, and I think there's nothing really wrong with some of the beaches being bare. But anyway, let's continue up here, and you're going to start to see a lot of junk everywhere. Tires, you know, random parts and things like that. I think this look actually is really cool with the jungle, like having jungle and having like junk and metal. It's a nice contrast. So we have like this weird sort of abandoned metal van car thing. I thought that was kind of weird, because if we keep going, we have Rasher's Junkyard. So I love this sign. Shout out to Kirsten for making all my signs and flags and things. And we have Rasher's Junkyard. I had a lot of fun making this too. Again, a lot of these areas are very unique from other ones on the island, so they just stand out that much more. So this is, yeah, like Rasher's little compound. There's a bunch of junk. There's a bunch of cans and things like that. And I feel like if there's junk on the island or you lose something on the island, it'll probably end up here. So this is Rasher's little junkyard. I love taking pictures here too. If you guys visit, this is a really cute spot to take a picture. All right, let's continue up here. And this leads to a couple areas. So this is another focal point on the island. I love how this came out. So if you continue up this ramp, it actually leads to a lookout. And we have a plane crash. So super cool. If you, you know, kind of do this with the camera, you can see the plane crash in the distance. We have some leaves on fire. We have some stumps, like the plane like hit the palm trees and kind of broke those open. So really unique to have a plane crash. I did my best. I feel like I did pretty good. And this is just such a cool feature. I love how it's on the lower level, so it's kind of like you're overlooking it. So we do have a plane crash, and that was Eric's plane crash, like I was saying before. So when you come to this island, if you want to do that mini game, you have to collect 10 rusted parts to fix Eric's plane. If you continue on this way, it's just like minor decorations. Nothing crazy over there. All right, let's continue to the left, and we have another major area here. And this is my museum temple. So I tried to go weird with this. So let's kind of zoom out here. Can't really see much, but we have the entrance to the museum temple. Let's continue on in here. And yeah, the museum is on this... It's kind of hidden. There's trees. It looks overgrown. Looks like it hasn't been in, you know, no one's been inside in a while. We have these weird temple patterns on the right. And if you look up, you can actually see some rocks in the distance. So this is another cool area. It's very hidden, and I feel like this came out pretty good. We'll continue on left, and we have sort of a hidden villager house over here. This is actually Sly's house. And this... to the right of me is the swamp. So his house kind of overlooks the swamp. So it's kind of higher up, and he has his little rocking chair there. Again, I don't think I've ever seen him in that rocking chair, but that's fine. But that's Sly's house. So he is technically in the swamp. We'll continue on to the left, and we have Eric's house. So Eric's house is up here. And yeah, it's kind of nestled in there. And again, I think I explained, but Eric has crash landed, and you have to help him repair his plane. So if you go over here, you can actually see Eric's little workbench. So he has like, yeah, his little tools are out, and super cute. Yeah, he's trying to fix his plane. Nothing wrong with that. This is just the entrance to his house. And then before we go on this bridge, I need to show you the other sort of hidden treehouse, which is down here. There's no paths letting you access this, so you need a... I mean, there is a way to get here, but the easiest way is to climb down like I just did. And we have another treehouse. This treehouse doesn't belong to any villager, but it's really fun to explore and go up here. And yeah, there's just, you know, some treehouse things, a little wheel. We have a tire toy seat here, telescope. So these tree houses are super fun to make. They're pretty easy as well. And this one's just kind of in the middle of the island. So you kind of have to explore to get there. Let's go back up here. And I believe this is the final thing. This is my giant jungle bridge. So yeah, this is a land bridge. And we actually have the festival garland on here. So at night, this looks incredible. It looks really, really good. So this bridge is pretty long, and it spans from like the entrance of the island all the way to Eric's house and the museum. And that brings you back to the front of the island. So Abel's is to the right, and then we are at the front of the island. So that is the Season 2 Jungle Island. And again, I'm just really proud of this. I feel like I put a lot of effort into it. This last part, I don't think we saw. This is the entrance here. If you continue right, we have Flora's house. So this is Flora's house. And then, like I said, you can jump to the rocks, and that goes over to Nook's Cranny. But that's pretty much it. All right, so that was the tour. Now, if you guys want to compete in the minigame, all you have to do is look at the board. And it says, Eric's plane crash landed. Help him collect the following. So spread out throughout the island is 10 rusted parts. They could be buried somewhere. They could be behind things. And thanks for an amazing Season 2. Seriously, guys, thank you. You know, I had a bunch of build streams. I had a bunch of videos with this island. And it took a long time, but I'm pretty proud of what I accomplished here. So yeah, if you want to come, collect 10 rusted parts. I am also doing a limited sort of competition where if you find all the rusted parts, take a screenshot somewhere on my island, and then tag me over on Instagram with the hashtag Season 2 NintenTalk. And you will be eligible to win a $50 eShop card. So definitely do that. Find the rusted parts, come over and hang out, and tag me over on Instagram, and you could be entered to win a $50 eShop card. But that is my island, guys. So thank you so much for watching. And like I said, I am starting my Halloween island, my Season 3 Halloween island. It's very fall inspired. There's going to be some spooky details on there, and I hope you guys subscribe and stick around for that. But that's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the very next video. Peace out.